Welcome, everybody, to another episode of Behind the Name. I'm your boy, Boo Dilla. Got my co-host, J. Ron. He'll be tuning in momentarily. But we got a special guest in the building. My brother, my rival. Every time I see him in a party, I want to battle him every time. This but my brother, legendary Stevo, representing Terra Squad Footwork Company. What's going on, Brody?
Yo, what's up? What's up, world? How y'all doing out there?
Yeah, man. Hey, you are one of the interviews that everybody was talking about. They was waiting on you to chime in. You know what I'm saying? Give your story. So we're gonna start from the beginning. You know what I mean? Like, where did you started seeing Chicago footwork, or was you even in, as far as dancing is concerned?
True that. Okay. Yeah, no, I get this a lot. Well, not really where I started from, but I dig deep into it. Uh so so I always was around it, like in some type of way, like thinking the 90s and stuff, like you was around everything, the gangs, all the whole thing. So it wasn't no real culture with footwork. So when you would hear it, it'd be like something you just heard. Somebody might have had a tape or something like that, you know what I'm saying, that they actually was in tune with it. I didn't start finding out down till later on down the line that some of them same people, they was in tune with it the way I'm in tune with it. But at that time, I used to just hear it, and then like me and some of my play cousins or real cousins, or we'll just mimic what we know, the hold your shirt, for work. But it wasn't nothing serious to that effect. In my mind, I didn't know, and I didn't really get introduced to knowing how serious it was until high school. So like, I mean, we kind of tried to take it serious, like, but the moves that we was doing compared to the shit I seen in high school was totally different. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't know it got structure, you don't know it got so it was like a whole different world once I found out. I think in high school, it was my freshman year, so I had transferred from grammar school that I was going to from kindergarten up, and I was already pissed off. I didn't want to move, and I had to move. And then coming around all these new people and all this new shit, I'm sorry for cursing so much.
No, it's raw. It's raw.
All right. But look, so I didn't get introduced to it when I transferred, but I did once I got to high school, freshman year. It was like everybody was just talking about this lock-in, you know what I'm saying? And the lock-in was Wolfpack thing. They killed that shit, you know what I'm saying? But nobody, I didn't know. Well, I think a lot of people in school might have knew some of them already, because some of them went to school before me, like Reggie. I heard him.
What school was
Thornwood. It was in the south suburbs, Thornwood, same school Eddie Curry went to, Ryan Harry, Terra Squad, Wolfpack. You know what I'm saying? Like, so it was a popular school at that time. I just wasn't really trying to mess with nobody. So that they was talking about this lock-in, and they was asking me, like, people I really don't even know like that, like, you gonna go? I'm like, hell no, I'm not going. And the next day, well, it wasn't probably the next day, because I can't remember what day that happened on, but it was at Hollywood Park. And then the next time I went to school, maybe it was on Friday, and then Monday, everybody was just talking about that, like damn, you missed it. And I was salty now, like, now I'm salty, you got my attention now, you know what I'm saying? Like, what did I miss? So Ryan Henry had recorded it, and I seen it, and then when I seen the tape, I was like, oh snap, like, damn, these niggas cold. Like, I couldn't believe that niggas was like actually taking it that serious to the point they was like technical. So I went and showed. So just a little bit of background why I wasn't even thinking like it would even be that. My family, they all like hoopers, you know what I'm saying? Like the ones that actually was doing stuff. So for me, high school was more about trying to get into a sport, or academics. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what the family was pushing, you know what I'm saying? So to see that, I'm like, dang, they taking that serious. Like, dang, like why ain't nobody been talking about this like this? Like it was underground, but I really didn't know to what degree. And you know, if anybody don't know, they could just go back to the old behind the names and talk. And any name drop I drop, they could go look at them
Okay.
probably to get some history on that part. But because I didn't even know. I didn't know back then. I didn't know nobody. So how that's how I found out about it and got my interest. And then I bumped into AG, and this was around the same time. It was like right after that. Well, not right after that, but like going into sophomore year, and we had took up some extracurriculum classes together, and basically summer school. So I ran into him, and then we clicked. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, shit, I don't fuck with him. And he was, and then come to find out, he stayed like probably like you could go outside, open the door, and he like right there anyway. I'm like, damn, you stay on my block? And I just moved out here, so I don't even know nobody no way. So we kind of clicked like that. And he was in the hooping back then, but he also was footworking too. So after I had seen the tape, and then he was already kicking legs, so I used to go over to where he used to practice at, which wasn't too far either. All of this stuff close by.
Everything was around, right.
Yeah. And I just go over there and watch. But they weren't just over there footworking, they was over there rapping and stuff too. You know what I'm saying? They was doing all type of stuff. So I started trying to figure out what my niche was. Like if I want to learn how to footwork, do I want to hoop? Do I want to write lyrics? You know what I'm saying? Like
Right.
so I started leaning more to the rap, you know what I'm saying? I was like, yeah, I can't do that shit. You know what I'm saying? That shit look too complicated. I like it, but I ain't built for that yet. So I spent a lot of time just listening to music and stuff like that and trying to figure out how to rap and stuff. And then um as me and Aaron got tighter, he started taking me to the parties he would go to and stuff like that. And that's what really turned me out. Like actually seeing it live versus seeing it on tape was totally different, you know what I'm saying? So um we had parties like Union Hall and stuff. I know people already mentioned a lot of different spots from the Route 66 to all of that, but um Union Hall did it for me though, because that was the one that was like it was like I'll say but like 5 circles going on, and then all of a sudden, like every circle I'm looking in, I ain't gonna lie, I thought it was Q in each circle. I'm like, there go Q right there. No, there go Q right there. I didn't even know who he was. I just seen, I noticed him. He stood out. You know what I'm saying? Him and all the Wolfpack stood out. But anytime I seen him, or I thought I seen him, I'd be like, there you go right there. But the whole time it's like 5 different circles going on. So then when they come in, you knew it was them because somebody on the mic could say something like Wolfpack in the building. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, there they go. You know what I'm saying? So I already know. So maybe I was looking at Kiki, maybe because all them circles had heat. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Yep.
And I heard somebody mention that, like how maybe it was they on, like said that how the circles was back then, like you couldn't just get in them if you was weak. So I kind of just shied away with that. I ain't even dancing yet. I got my own thing going on. Like I'm in the lifting weights and being in the crib, listening to music, you know, I started having parties at my crib, honestly. Like I was having parties. I got my buzz with people, but because I started having house parties a lot. And of course, you in high school, we got somewhere to go.
Exactly.
I'll say you can come here. And this is like at nighttime too, when usually your parents is home. But my mama used to work the night shift, so she gone to like 6 in the morning. So I'm having parties at 9 o'clock at night to about 6 in the morning. So that was my thing. I'm there. So it's either, you know, here I liked it though. I liked it.
Right.
But I wasn't really taking it serious or nothing like that. And I didn't know my history on that or nothing. I just wasn't. I just was like, okay, that's cool. Woo woo. Because back then it was like you had to kind of like be like some way stand out because it was a party atmosphere. So it's women there, you know what I'm saying? It's dudes there, of course, but them dudes is already standing out. So I gotta do something on my end. I can't just hold the wall looking fly, you know what I'm saying? I gotta try to have my mouthpiece together. I gotta, you know, shoot my shot, you know, so to speak. So that's more what I was going to the parties for. But as more I kept going with Aaron, I started actually wanting to do that. And then I already knew he was doing it. So I'm like, okay, I got to figure out how to start learning how to do this stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like I think I could do it. You know, I'm getting a little bit of confidence now just going to parties, just watching, just by watching though. Cause I'm like, damn, if they could do it, I could do it.
Right.
Which wasn't the case, of course. Like shit, that shit took
That's ain't easy what you thought it was gonna be.
Nah, hell nah. I knew it was complicated just looking at it, but they was back then, they were, and I'm talking about they, when I say they, I'm talking about Wolfpack, because at the time, we in the south suburbs, they in the south suburbs. I didn't know where they was from. I didn't know where nobody was from. So get that in clear too. I didn't know who was who. I didn't know Tunnel. I didn't know none of them. So some of them circles was probably hot. Some of them, because I remember one of them when I seen Hot, I was like, damn, he cold. I think I might want to learn from him.
Right.
But at the times I couldn't get a, like, it's no, like, cell phones was out, of course, but it wasn't like a way you could, like, they not just gonna give you their number or nothing. They'll tell you where they practicing, that type of thing. You know what I'm saying? So it'd be like, I don't know who they are, but I remember they did this, and I take it and go home and practice what I think I seen. So it was before YouTube, all that stuff. No cameras in the party or nothing like that. It was real mental, you know, if you wanted to try to copycat, basically, because they used to do that in parties. They used to copycat. You know, I seen them doing all that stuff. So I'm like, okay. So me and Aaron get together, and he was already doing his thing. And then, like I said, he was with a group, and then they kind of started falling apart a little bit. But I seen Aaron still wanted to do that shit. And I was like, well, you know what I'm saying? Hey, put me on, teach me. You know what I'm saying? So he started trying to teach me. You know what I'm saying? And that's how I got started.
So he was your, so AG was basically your first teacher?
Hey, I'm probably AG's first student, low-key, yeah.
Wow, that's a first. I never even knew that, dog.
A lot of people don't think of me as that though, because they felt I'm a founder of the group, you know. But they don't understand that he actually was the first one introducing me into seeing how good people could be and actually trying to do that, even though we was getting burnt left and right. And so as I'm doing that, I'm still going to them same parties. Right. And he been teaching me for a while. So he put me on blast one day. I think it was a Union Hall. And he was like, it was cute. He was like, hey, yeah, bro. Hey, he danced too. And I was like, no, the fuck, no, I don't. You know, I'm like, no, I don't. Because as soon as he said that, he said, oh, yeah. And he started trying to, I'm like, nah, I'm good. I don't even dance. You know what I'm saying? He was like, oh, okay. Like on something. That's what I thought. You know what I'm saying? And wasn't nobody really in the pack around though. But it then, like, around that time, we wasn't in no group. So Aaron was doing his thing, trying to like figure himself out at that time, on top of teaching me. So he was juggling shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, he was actually good though to me. You know what I'm saying? I felt, you know how you get them teachers and you be like, okay, I can pass him up. Like, I never felt like that with him. I always felt like I didn't want to pass him up. I always want to be on the same level as him, and we could do this together. You know what I'm saying? Like, we kill niggas together. You know what I'm saying? I got to give you some backup. I gotta practice harder. You know what I'm saying? So I can do this AA. You know what I'm saying? And that's how I was coming at it. But for him, he was coming at it in different ways at that time, because we didn't have no group. So he started trying to get recruited into the best Wolfpack, basically. So a lot of some of my time was just playing background, basically. You know what I'm saying? Of course, I wasn't good anyway. So I remember him going to one of their practices, and Darion just said, like, hey, he don't have it. Hey, your best bet to Aaron, like, your best bet is to just ditch him and do your own thing. And I was like, wow. And that all of those things, it was so many different instances I could bring up about me personally, but those things made me go harder. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. But nah, that was motivation right there though. You know what I'm saying? That was that undercover motivation to, you know what I mean? Like, man, I'm about to show these more, you know what I'm saying? What's
it wasn't that off that though, like, cause like I said, so what happened was all of that was happening. and when that incident with Q and all this stuff, and even Darian or Poole or anybody that said anything or tried to teach me and I couldn't get it, it was like they didn't even think about me. So I was just practicing. So what happened was it was just me and AG at first, and then going to them parties, it was like you need some help, you know what I'm saying? Especially if Aaron doing it by himself and I ain't got it.
Exactly.
We like, okay. I don't know how Tristan is the reason why I got more confidence, though. I know that, but I don't remember how exactly we ran into him. I think it was my brother, though. I think my brother mentioned him because he knew we was looking for somebody. Like we was looking for somebody to fuck the parties up with us that actually, got something too. Not knowing what we was about to create with this though, but when I first met him, he's the one reason why I started practicing real hard then, because he had a fan base, and it was somebody recording us in the hallway, because I heard him say something about it, but he ain't say the part that happened before. It was he had a homie with a camcorder saying like this in my face, like, he gonna mess you up, like, oh, this gonna be funny, like all this in my face. So I told him, come to my crib. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's do this at the crib. And then he did burn me though. Like, he burned me bad. Like, I was like, okay. So we did end up clicking with Trishan, because at that time he was going to transition. I guess he went with no group or nothing, and he was trying to figure out what he wanted to do. And when he did that though, we at the crib, in my crib, like every day, every single day, practicing like we in camp or something, like every single day. And I was really on doing what I had felt. But then because he did that to me, now I got some things I'm trying to do to you.
Come back.
You know
Right.
Yeah, that's what really that's so it took about a year of that, and then that's when people started mentioning that, like, okay, maybe you got you actually decent. And I was like, I ain't believe it. You know what I'm saying? I really didn't believe it because I was so stuck on how good everybody else was around me. You know what I'm saying?
No, but those AG and Tristan, man, they are most definitely in my top 10, yo. Like, I remember when they, you know what I'm saying? I remember it vividly, like, you know what I'm saying? Like what they used to do, dog. Like, and I used to be like, oh, and me coming from the city, because I, at the time, just like how you like, I didn't know, you know what I'm saying? Nobody this and the third. I just knew the city. I didn't even know the south suburbs even danced, dog. You know what I'm saying? Until we met Snoop from HOC, and he brought us to Markham Fieldhouse one night. And I was like, oh my God. And that's the first time I met AG, you know what I'm saying, was there or whatever. But yeah, they you know what I mean, they was crazy. So from you learning from, you know what I'm saying, from AG, and then y'all birds and grab Tristan, that was a triple threat.
That was a power play move.
Yeah.
And we didn't even know it really. I mean, we talked about it and we knew who Tristan was already. Well,
Right.
AG did actually. AG knew more about him than me. So my brother brought him around. AG was like, I know who he is. I see him all the time at Markham. He be messing up grown men. You know what I'm saying? Now, mind you, this Tristan probably like 12. You know what I'm saying?
Just kid.
So he younger than us.
Yeah.
But he already had a name for himself since he was like 9. Like, he been doing it for a while. So he's like, okay. I'm like, let's see what he on, and he was with it, surprisingly.
Yeah.
So the same thing happened with you. So no, I was just playing. We'll get to that.
Oh,
That's later on down the timeline.
Yeah. What I was about to say? Oh, so okay, so y'all all got together. So how did I know AG and Tristan told me, but I want to hear your side, far as, you know what I'm saying, when y'all created Terra Squad.
Well, they both basically said it right. Like, I just gave you exactly how I got created, because once we linked with Tristan, the only thing we was missing was a name. Like us three, when we did that, like I said, we practiced every day, and we still was going to them same parties. Now we going together. You know what I'm saying? Not just me and Aaron. Now it's me, Aaron, and Tristan. Problem was Tristan was so young.
Exactly.
Yeah. So we end up so the DJs didn't really know us at first. So we had to figure ways to get them past security because, of course, the party's over. I mean, for that age group,
For the age,
after 11,
that.
been kicked out.
Yup.
He had behind DJ booths and all type of stuff to stay.
No, they was actually kicked out at 9.
Yeah, at first, yep.
Yeah, but
I'm saying, like, once it got a little bit down the line, like 111th, it was 11.
It was 11 o'clock.
Yeah,
exactly.
yeah. Well, so yeah, it was at 9. So mind you, we still in high school. He younger than us. I'm going against the grandma OG. I'm telling you, I'm throwing parties at the same time. So it's like now I'm starting to take this serious. So I stopped doing all that partying and stuff at the crib, like inviting people. Like the whole school was coming to my crib. I stopped doing that and started taking footwork more seriously. And when we started going to those parties and stuff, sometimes it'll just be me and Aaron because we couldn't sneak him in or something, or he had to leave. But
that's what I remember, right?
Yeah. So sometimes people seen all three of us, sometimes they just seen us too. But the DJs did pick up on what we was doing and they noticed it, you know what I'm saying? So when they noticed it, they didn't necessarily say something to us about what we doing. I've heard them say things about, like, I remember, like, to me personally, like, I remember when I first seen y'all, but back then I ain't hear nothing. They ain't say nothing. You know what I'm saying? It was just, we don't know if we making it last impression.
Exactly.
We probably huffed to them. You know, they ain't saying nothing, so we must be weak, you know, so let's go harder, you know. And that's basically what we kept doing. We couldn't pay nobody to join our group at them times.
No, but what I remember is, I just remember y'all two. If AG was there, I knew you was around. If I seen you, I knew AG was around. You know what I'm saying? It was y'all two, like all the time. You know what I'm saying? And I ain't start seeing Tristan until like going like to Markham or something. That's when I saw Tristan. But
because he owned Markham, so he was decent there. He didn't get kicked out of there. But in the city parties, he definitely was coming with us. He just was young, and on our startup phase, he wasn't, like, nobody knew us, so it wasn't no reason for them to just try to keep us in the party. Security ended up doing that for us later on, and so did the owners and all that stuff, or even the DJs. But before, when we first started, we fresh, they weren't doing that for us. They actually used to treat us, because they, like, when they found out we was from the south suburbs, they like, the only south suburb group that we acknowledge is Wolfpack. Who are y'all? You know what I'm saying? Like, period. And it's just three of us, and the Wolfpack got a whole entourage. You know what I'm saying? So it wasn't no other groups. It wasn't y'all. It wasn't no Havoc. It was just,
I already know.
It wasn't. Only other group that I say that I was seeing was Final Chapter. Actively, I mean, when we was just going, it was Final Chapter, and I mean, there's other groups in the cities that was in them circles, but I'm just saying, from the south suburbs, the only one I could think of is Final Chapter. Maybe HOC, you know, because Boo was in HOC. Yeah, so them and Two Cent Mob, and I think that's it.
But at the time, like you said, y'all was still like newbies, you know what I'm saying? Like getting your feet wet, you know what I'm saying, in the culture at that time. You know what I'm saying? So so y'all was still building, you know what I'm saying? When did you start realizing that you start, being a household name? You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? You start getting cold, you know what I mean? Like you had your own style. Because you and AG did not dance alike at all. Like both of y'all was in the same group, but had different styles. You know what I'm saying? So when did you start realizing, like, man, like, yo, I'm getting cold, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Right. I did touch on that though. So it was like a year into doing all that. That's when people started telling me that I was decent. And me and Tristan had a battle against each other in my basement, and I felt like I won that time. I ain't never felt like that before. But when people started saying, like, yeah, you was doing your thing, like, I felt like, okay, I might be decent. But then as I kept hearing it, I know, because when I used to go, I would say probably it had to be after the hall. It was like 111 type of thing. And Clint Cuz and Dave used to always tease me, like, every time I jumped in the circle, what the hell is this? What are you doing? Like, But one day he actually gave me my props, like, okay, you done came up, you got better. So that's what made me like, if I got approval of this dude and this dude gives me hell every time I jump in the circle, I gotta ignore him. You know what I'm saying? Like, so it was like grueling, like hazing, like initiating, like it was like feeling like those feelings and stuff. And you don't even know these people, but you trying to do something that they already got established, and you don't even. I think a lot of that built my character up. You know what I'm saying? To be thick skinned with that, like I could take a L because I took so many of them. You know what I'm saying? So when I finally did start hearing it, I really didn't even believe it. I really didn't. I mean, I never felt like that. I was just humble. I always looked up to the people that did it before me that I thought was raw. You know what I'm saying? And that's the only reason I was doing it, just to see if I could do the same thing. I never was trying to beat them. I never got in there to try to be number one. I just wanted to be able to do the same things in my own way. You know what I'm saying? So I mean that as a lot of my journey was just trying to figure out figure out the history of the things. You know what I'm saying? Figure out who was who. And as I started doing all of that, it did help me get better, but not necessarily because they was teaching me. It was just because I was gaining a lot of knowledge. You know what I'm saying? Like I'd be around, and then now Clint telling me things and such telling me things. Now some characters that I can't mention because as I'm going through them, they was off the scene. So you remember when it was busting and then all of a sudden it went dry. You know what I'm saying? So when it went and did that, um, that was, I think that's when we actually was battling Wolfpack a lot. You know what I'm saying? And that's when we started having to figure out different spots to do that at, from the Paul Hall to the House of Kicks to all of that. But before that, it went dry before that though. You know what I'm saying? And then um so it, and still wasn't no creation of havoc yet. You know what I'm saying? So it's just still us. And then we still been doing this the whole time, the battle of Wolfpack, but then the whole scene go dry. And then it was like, so it's weird because when it did do that, we were still in tune with them. So we had to end up having a relationship where we actually talk to them outside of the parties, you know what I'm saying? Actually kick it with them and stuff like that, you know what I'm saying? So our whole, we already knew 2 Cent, Gutter Thugs, all them then tried to click up with them and they ain't with them. So we weren't really thinking about clicking up with them because we like, it probably ain't gonna last. It's a reason why it don't last, you know what I'm saying? So we weren't even trying to click up with them. And then when we did it because the whole scene went dry and wasn't nothing else to do. We ain't gonna keep battling each other. Look, man, let's just kick it. You know what I'm saying? Whatever. If somebody decided to come on the scene, we're just gonna, demolish the whole party because now we click. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Because back then also, when Terra Squad was building, everybody was trying out for Terra Squad. I mean,
so that was later on. So everything we're talking about timeline wise was way before. It was still me, AJ, and Trisha only. Right. It wasn't till Fabio, maybe. It was the only other person that we had that actually stuck with us.
Right.
Around the time he stuck with us in Terra Squad up until we clicked to Wolfpack, and then he went to Wolfpack. Yep. So we had lost him. And then this is before we clicked. And then we lost another person we had was named Murphy. He left us and went to Wolfpack too. So back to 3. You know what I'm saying? We couldn't pay nobody to stay with us.
Bro.
When they seen the real, they was like, hey, I'm gone.
Right.
And you know what? That's a lot of strategy to that. Like, because, all right, so for instance, I did used to see people talk while they was footwork, and I was just like, that is strange. First off, when I first came on scene, I thought it was strange that nobody was talking. Right. It'd be like, everybody just quiet, just like kicking legs, to the music. You're like, why ain't nobody talking? And I was like, how could you do it? But then when I seen somebody dancing and be like, ooh, I'm fucking you up. I was like, that talking stuff is weird. Yeah, I see why they don't talk. So it wasn't no talking, and I get that, you know what I'm saying? But when when we lost our members, it was like we talk like, so the talking happens outside of that. It happens in the party. It happened in the crib, like when you practicing and stuff like that. That's when we talking like, nah, do this, nah, do that. You know what I'm saying? That don't look right. So at them times we was recording ourselves while we was dancing and rewinding them tapes and then looking at ourselves because it wasn't no YouTube or nothing. So we rewinding it, looking at ourselves, boom. All right, that don't look good. I don't know. You know, it kind of like it kind of felt like dancing in front of a mirror. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. No, it was like that, but I feel I feel Wolfpack started that though. The trash talk, like the trash talk while they dance. I feel because who I used to see used to do it all the time is uh-oh, Stevo.
No, I hear you.
Oh, okay, okay. But I thought it froze. Uh, who I used to see, like, who used to talk mess all the time was Eli, bro. I kid you not, bro. He used to talk so much, bro, all night.
I got a story about him and me. You know, a lot of stories about me and him. But I got one when I first met him too. But the first time I heard them do that, and reason why it never bothered me after that was Q, because we was in Ryan Henry garage. So mind you, when it was just us three and they from the burbs too,
Right.
we end up running into them. So when we go to McDonald's, they might be there like, oh, they go them little guys. We ain't really had no name like that. So there you go right there. So they just instantly hop out the cars. You know what I'm saying? Some of them went to the same schools. And that's how I met Rashad anyway, because I was talking trash. Yeah, they probably talk trash. I did too. Even though I wasn't good, I wasn't just quiet. I was talking crazy about them. Like, I seen the tape. You was the weakest one. Woo woo.
Right.
and I did that to somebody, and he went back and told Rashad evidently, or whoever he told.
Right.
He might have told Pooh. He probably told them all. Hey, it's this dude in my class that be talking crazy. It's Reggie little brother. Reggie from Wolfpack got a little brother named Yada or Lil James, and he was in the same class as me. We had the same class. So while we watching the movie, I'm over there like, hey, you was the weakest person on that tape. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm talking crazy to him. He went and told them about it. And I come out. So back then I wasn't real good with school, so I dished a lot, you know, especially as I started liking the footwork. I wasn't even thinking about school no more. But I wasn't even at school. I just come back to school though when the school was out in parking lot pimp type thing. So I come back to parking lot pimp, and then some dude just drive up bumping tracks, and I ain't never seen nobody do that. It was Rashad. And I'm like, he looked at older than us anyway. And I'm like, who is this dude asking who is Steve? You know what I'm saying? He going around asking, who is Steve? You know who Steve is? What's Steve at? Like, and then somebody came and tapped me like, hey, buddy, looking for you. No, mind you, back then, if somebody did that, then they trying to fight you or something. You know what I'm saying? So I'm thinking like, who is this dude? You know what I'm saying? I don't know this dude. And he was like, oh yeah, you was talking trash to da-da-da. And I was like, oh, this one of the Wolfpack niggas. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh shit. So I told him come to my crib. That's kind of how we started getting in tune. Well, Wolfpack actually seen us outside of them elements of the parties and stuff like that. When Rashad did that, he came with him, Nate. I don't think Pooh was there, was he? Pooh might have been there. It was like 5 of them at least. You know what I'm saying? So and they kind of they was doing their thing, you know what I'm saying, in my basement. So I was like, okay. So now from the tape to see it in real life, it's outside the party was like a dope thing too.
So y'all start basically building a relationship, you know what I'm saying? You know.
Well, not necessarily with the dancers, more so with Rashad. Because Rashad kind of seen something in us, like y'all might be after they finished fucking us up, Rashad kind of was like, here go a tape. And back then it was tapes, and he like, you can't have it, you could dub it though. And I dubbed it, and then it was full track, so it blew my mind. Like the shit I'm hearing in the party actually goes like 7 minutes, 5 minutes, or however long they want to make it. Like I was blown away. But he gave us a tool to get even better. Like, this is not Wolfpack so cold. They got all the go already.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
So for all y'all, for all the new generation, you know what I'm saying, dancers or whoever, you know, you're in the new generation, dubbing is recording. So it's basically a tape. You had to dub a tape by, putting it in a cassette, record, take that tape. You know what I'm saying? It's a whole process.
CDs. Yep.
Yeah,
Before CDs.
Before CDs.
Yeah, you couldn't do that tape to CD yet. You
Exactly.
could only do tapes. Yep.
Exactly. So okay, let's fast forward a little bit. So name, Terra Squad is established now. You know what I'm saying? It's a solid 3. You know what I mean? You guys, y'all was battling Wolfpack forever. You know what I'm saying? Like, y'all building. So when did y'all actually start getting out of that element and start actually going to like the city parties now? You know what I'm saying? Now you meeting, these other dance groups that y'all, you know what I mean? That you probably like, damn, I didn't even know the city had. I bet you like probably, I didn't even know the city even danced. You know what I'm saying? Like,
no. So the whole time we knew we wasn't even going to the burbs like that. Like even though Tristan was in Markham like that,
right?
We me and AG was going to the parties that he was going to, which was in the city.
For the city,
and even the person that we used to be around, we didn't have no whip. You know what I'm saying? At the time we young, we ain't had no whip. He would always be like, "Hey, let's go to this party." You know what I'm saying? Let's go to the party. Or if we tell him, "Let's go to this party," he'll take us. You know what I'm saying? So these parties ain't over to like 4 a.m. type stuff. We leaving, going to the parties. It wasn't no going back from that to the rink type of thing. That wasn't the same. It wasn't the same environment. So we was going to straight to city parties.
So how was it battling city cats now? Because now you got
different. Like I said, they didn't respect us at first. They ain't respect nobody from the burbs. They ain't respect nobody but Wolfpack. So yeah, it wasn't nothing to do but try to earn your stuff. And as we kept coming, and as DJs starting to take notice or say something to other people just noticing us and seeing us, especially because we keep coming at Wolfpack, the ones that's supposed to be the best. Because even the city saying they the best, and what it was now I ain't gonna lie. The Lunatics, when they was in the circles, like the tunnel, all of them was cold. Like it wasn't just Wolfpack. You know what I'm saying? It was a lot of cold people.
Exactly.
So yeah, for sure. But back to one thing that I didn't say was when you said who the shit talking shit, Q had said something crazy to me one day, and he said, "I'm just trying to get in your head." You know what I'm saying? Don't even take this serious while he was dancing. And that, I was like, damn, okay, this shit talking shit is psychological.
Exactly. Exactly. It's a you know what I'm saying? To fire you up, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yep. Throw you off your game. Yep, throw you straight off your game.
Yep, just to throw you right off, boy. And they was good. Also, they was good for turning around in the battle too, boy.
Yeah, just stand. I ain't even finna dance
right around, let you battle they back. That used to be disrespectful.
Yeah, Dayon hit that on the head. Like they didn't just do that to females and just like them 5 different circles that was good. If somebody jump in there, they'll all just shift and go to a hole and make a whole nother circle and just leave you just over there by yourself. Right. They did that to the dudes that was weak too. They ain't just do that to females.
Right. Yeah. So now we can pretty much go into the recruiting stage of building TS, because I know once upon a time I wanted to be in Terra Squad and Terra Squad too.
I really thought we was gonna get you.
No, I could look. This is the reason why me and my brother Steve. This is the reason why
both of y'all.
This is the reason why we didn't have no car, and we was from the city. We could not go we was using public transportation everywhere, or we was either walking. You know what I'm saying? Either walking or using public transportation.
Bro, Tristan already told you he caught the bus to my crib to practice every day.
Bro,
like not the school bus, like the actual pace bus. Right. And then so did a lot of people. A lot of people that came to my crib, they was coming once we got that buzz and name. Right. They was catching buses and trains from low end and all type of stuff. Like what's wrong group name? Total Darkness. Yeah. Like when he came to my crib, that was major to me. When Carlos from Toussaint came to my crib, that was major. Or Puny and all of these groups like DB, you know what I'm saying? A lot of them came on the bus. You know what I'm saying? So it wouldn't have been no issue if you would have did it.
It was different. It was different for us because, man, like we was passing so many gang back then. It was gang.
Yeah.
So it was like
different. That was different. You had to maneuver different.
Get to the burbs.
So yeah, I understand. We ain't gonna get into that. I know what
Yeah,
I would have did differently though. I would have made sure that you got back to the crib at a
exactly. So
decent
it was like,
time. But
yeah. So
you
that
seen
at
Trisha
that
say he
time,
didn't. Yeah,
at that time, it was more so like, you know what, bro? We'll just see them at the party. We just
yeah,
see
for
them
sure,
at
for
the
sure. No, I
party,
got
bro.
you.
Yeah,
I
because I was
got
like, bro, we ain't gonna be able to, you know what I'm saying? And then
no,
that's what,
but that's crazy because then you turn around and go with a nigga that stay all the way further than me.
no, but look, the difference, no, that difference was with when
Timing,
I met Charles at the Paul Hall.
timing
Charles used to
wise, it was way
listen.
different then.
Charles used to, bro, he used to find his way to the city. Like,
Mhm.
bro, I'm talking, I don't know how he used to get to these parties, bro. I used to be like, how the hell did you? You know what I'm saying? But he knew so many people. Like, and then I see him now, I'm like, damn, you at House of Kicks, you at YMCA, you know what I'm saying? How the hell did you get to all these parties? So that's when we start connecting. And, once we start getting grown, I got a car, and then we built the relationship so solid. So I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna go ahead and, because I needed to get in the group. That's what I was thinking about. Like, I needed to get in the group because there was too many people.
Yeah,
You
that's
know what
what I
I'm
said.
saying?
You
Getting
couldn't
in
do
the
that
group.
by yourself. You needed some
Exactly. It
help.
was too many
You
people
need some
getting in the
help.
group. And it was just me and my brother Steve. And I was like, man, I gotta get in the group, dog. So that's when, that situation happened. But then a lot of people was trying out for TS though. Like, I'm talking about everybody I knew, you know what I'm saying, in a city was like, man, I'm about to go to Terra Squad practice. I'm like, how you know about Terra Squad? Like, you know what I'm saying? They coming, oh, I ain't even they ain't even pick us, man. We ain't get recruited. I'm like, damn. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
No,
so
serious.
it was a
Yeah.
serious moment, man.
Yeah. So the recruiting part that you was asking about that happened like that because we couldn't, like I said, we couldn't pay nobody to join us. And then the people that we did try to spend time with end up leaving us and doing other stuff. So it was like, all right, we got to make this a
Gotta make
little bit
that.
more harder for them because they can't just be running off with our stuff, our time. We ain't because we didn't feel like we had time to waste. You know what I'm saying? Like we ain't got time to just pick up your slack or teach you while we busy trying to. We need to go to this party and you ain't up to par like us. You know what I'm saying? So we got to get you up to par. So we basically carrying you while we doing what we do. And that's why we started putting different rules in play. Like, you know what I'm saying? It was our rules was different though. Like, so it wasn't that people couldn't get in Terror Squad. It was more like, if Aaron say you want to get in Terror Squad, that's on Aaron. Because if me and Trisha we did a three the hard way, we was a triangle. So you can get in off me, or you could get in off Aaron, or you could get off on Trisha. But if me and Trisha say no, that's on Aaron.
That's on
If I say yeah, then that's on me. And Trisha and Aaron might say that's on you. And then it's always the goal of since it's on you, since you vouching for them, you bring them up to par. So I gotta carry that weight basically because it's intentionally. I feel like this person might have some potential. You know what I'm saying? So that was how that worked.
Yeah, but y'all created some monsters, bro. Like,
Yeah.
some
Yeah.
monsters.
A lot of the monsters we spent a lot of time with.
And
Like
also, y'all created a movement. Like, you know what I'm saying? Once upon a time, everybody was dancing like TS, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Everybody was dancing like y'all, you know what I mean? And then when y'all
that was
start,
because of YouTube, I guess. I don't know because we
y'all
met a
start
lot of people that came to our groups. They was able to find us through YouTube. Not talking about like the crystals and stuff
right,
like that. The people that already was in them worlds, kind of so to speak.
yeah,
By the time y'all had established y'all group, by the time Havoc established their group, because that was the only other two groups in the burb. So it was kind of like since we had to go through that with Wolfpack on that, they the only people for the burbs. And then when we got that name established, now y'all coming on trying to do this
yeah,
or Havoc. So it's like, okay, we gotta check this early, you know what I'm saying?
yeah.
So y'all gotta come through us type thing.
Yeah, but that was the whole fun part to me, you know what I'm saying?
That was
Because
fun. Yeah, it was.
the fun part, you know what I'm saying? Even though, you know, our group was rivals, you know what I'm saying? Like, it was still fun at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying? Because it was making both sides better, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Mhm.
oh, okay, they got us today. All right, we at them to next week. Like, you know what I'm
But-
saying? Like,
but
so you
That's
had to
how it
go,
was back then though.
yeah, you had to go back to that drawing board and, you know what I'm saying, start recreating, you know what I'm saying, what you had, going. But like I said, y'all was creating monsters, and everybody was, you know what I'm saying, dancing just like y'all. Like, you know what I'm saying? You couldn't, I'm like, damn, like you in
Oh,
TS?
you
Like,
mean like other groups that wasn't Terra
that
Squad
wasn't
was
Terra
dancing
Squad.
like
And was
us?
dancing, yeah. Like, you know what I'm saying? And it was like, y'all in Terra Squad? No, we ain't in Terra Squad. Like, oh, they got a whole nother group. You like, wait, but y'all dance like Terra Squad though. Like, you know
Yeah,
what I'm saying?
yeah.
So yeah, so that was big,
So,
man.
well, I mean, so I mean, as I rose through my own ranks, I did a lot of stuff to get to how I dance. You know what I'm saying? Like I've experimented with a ton of different scenarios. You know what I'm saying? I didn't just keep practicing the whole time since I met Aaron, and then I just came to this where
Right,
I'm at. It was like I really, so for me, well, for all of us, me, Aaron, and Trisha, it's like all three of us is different. Like Trisha said, none of us dance alike. We
yep,
got a whole different mindset with each other that just collabs. You know what I'm saying? It's just like a big collab. Like we put it right here. So when we originally started that mind frame, it was we all should be able to do the same stuff. You know what I'm saying? Whatever you could do, I should be able to do. So it wasn't that we couldn't do the same stuff and we all couldn't be uniform. It was more that was just that personality and flavor. And it'd be like, I can't hear you.
can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay. But it was um more like, all right, check this out, bro. Look at this. And
right,
then I'll be like, dang, that's cold. All right, teach me that. You know, I'll put it in my back pocket, but I'm gonna keep doing my own thing. You know
exactly.
what I'm saying? And it was sometimes where we was just doing the basics, you know, what everybody call basics, you know what I'm saying? And Trisha would be like, I can't do that, you know what I'm saying? And wouldn't do it, you know. So it wasn't always that we just always had to learn each every move that we came up with, but we always ran a lot of stuff through each other.
Right,
And some of the style was created off of that, you know, just some ideas that we was bouncing off each other, you know what I'm saying? So when people was mimicking it or doing that, it was some, I mean, I guess that's just what happened, you know what I'm saying? Because it was you got you gonna mentally write down something that's cold to you,
that's
you know
cold.
what I'm saying? So if they felt like that, that's what they felt like, you know what I'm saying? They might not have had that philosophy that understood like you can't do this, you know what I'm saying, against the people that's doing it type of thing. They probably
Right.
just, you know, learn different. I know I didn't get taught, you know, by nobody per se right away. Yeah, I got taught later on in life, you know what I'm saying? So
What was one of your like epic battles you think, you know what I'm saying, you had
mhm.
with against somebody?
I already said Trisha. I felt like that was epic to me.
Nobody in the group. Nobody in the group.
Okay. Hmm. I had to say when Wolfpack put me, well, when the city put me on the spot, this not just Wolfpack, it was the whole city. It was the South Side versus West Side battle,
Mm,
and they was like, yeah, go ahead, Stevo, you do this, and I was like, me, like I
right,
still never felt like I was ready, type stuff.
right,
They're like, yeah, because they had to vote, like the whole South Side picked
oh,
one
right.
person, and they picked me, and then I had to battle Wheezy.
Mm.
That
This
was
was
the first time I met him. Like,
and voila, it had to be
oh
Walla.
no, this was House of Kicks.
House of Kicks.
Yeah,
Ooh.
yeah,
Oh my God.
nah,
So
yeah.
did you
I'm not saying it was tough because he was getting me or nothing though. It was just tough because I never had been put on the spot to represent the whole South Side type thing. You
right,
know what I'm saying? Like battle wise, if you want to get technical, like who really gave me some go that made me feel that way, I'll say, and then you say I can't say my own people, it would probably be Manny then. I
mm,
say Manny.
man,
Me and Manny laughed many nights and he got some shit, you know what I'm saying? And when I mean like we had heated battles though. Like I don't
mm,
like you. You know what I'm saying?
right,
Like
right.
we getting on that with each other. Like I'll mess you up. Go 3 rounds and see who win. You know what I'm saying? We do that right at Pool Crib or something like that. You know what I'm saying? And I'd say Manny got that stuff to me. You know what I'm saying? And he gave me on my toes.
Yeah, no, Manny a monster, bro. Manny a monster. How do
We
you?
talking about Tech Life Manny, to be
Yeah,
clear.
yeah. Tech Life Manny. Um, no offense to the other Manny, but we're talking about Tech Life Manny. So how do you feel about the new generation now? Or not even the new generation now, just the generation that was after you, I would say.
I mean, I got a few different generations now. Like, I mean, I got from my brother and them, they didn't even take it serious. So we had to skip that generation
Right.
and go straight to a different generation. So past '05. So I would say from '05 until now. I mean, you want to know who do I think got it? Is that what you
No,
had?
I'm just asking, how do you feel about the new generation?
Just period.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, rest in peace, Jeremiah. He did a lot of talking to me, you know what I'm saying? And he before he passed like that same week, and he wanted to just really know about the history of how we started or how footwork period. So same thing we doing right now, kind of the conversation basically. And we talked for hours, and then after that, when he died, it kind of killed my spirit out on just thinking about the new crowd like that because I didn't want to pour my energy into something and then something happened to them. You know what I'm saying? Like I felt like a lot of things might happen because you're around us. Like not necessarily that we bad influences, but like, we grown, you know what I'm saying? We do grown stuff. And then it ain't even our fault, but you'll beat yourself up about that. Cause that was the first time I ever had a member that I lost and it kind of messed me up. You know what I'm saying? So um I don't know, but the generation totally different. Like I was explaining to him back then, it's just different. And I would say it's up to them to like create the fun aspects that I had in it. You know what I'm saying? And I don't see them doing that. You know what I'm saying? So I see them doing the parts that they got to do to be cold, but I don't see them interacting. We had the different dance groups, dance downs, people practices, rivalries, beefs, and it was all type of stuff. So it was always something to hone your sword on, basically. You know what I'm saying? But I don't really see that with the new generation. And I mean, I can't say I don't like where it's going. I could just say I don't know where it's going. You know what I'm saying? It's not in my hands. I'm not controlling that. I don't know.
I agree. I agree. You know what I'm saying? Because it did die. It died, and then we pretty much got it to where, you know what I'm saying? Like, Terra Squad, Creation, Havoc, you know what I'm saying? Those groups kind of got it to where it's at now. And it's like now it's time to be, it's time for people, other individuals, the new generation to recreate. You know what I'm saying? Because we was creating. We was, you know, party here, party there, you know what I'm saying? Event here, let's do this, let's do that, you know what I'm saying? So now it's time for those people to actually, let's create. Hey, we need to
Right.
do this, we need to do that, you know what I'm saying? And I feel like it's gonna happen, you know what I'm saying? It's just a slow process, you know what I mean? It's gonna happen. But yeah, I totally agree.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, so I mean, I will say, I will say, I stayed on scene for the most part up until a certain point. I disappeared and came back, and then um I say around that BG era to me was kind of where I started seeing that it was about to change into something totally different. We didn't know there was a lot of these young cats that was just watching YouTube that was gonna see this and they was gonna end up wanting to learn how to footwork and stuff like that and wanted to come around it. So it'd be a lot of peoples in BGs when they originally started that wasn't even from our culture. So like say for instance like Goon Squad, Josh, like Josh been dancing since I met him. He was dancing probably before I even met him, you know what I'm saying? And they running Goon Squad. And then we got our own thing against Goon Squad, and then not like beat, but then when the Shorty and Kieran stuff when they came to us, and so we doing our own thing at BG's, and then here come a bunch of people we don't even know. They didn't used to just come; they came and was like, um, came with the impression that they could join anybody group. They didn't even know it was some type of structure to it. They just came like, I want to be in Terra Squad. I want to be in Goon Squad. So that might be around that time you were saying it seemed like everybody wants to do that because that's what they would come. They would come watch them BGs. They would come and then they'll do a little bit, think they got it, and want to just instantly try out.
Yeah.
So we was holding tryouts because so it was like a flood of new school people. You know what I'm saying?
It
So
was, they was coming out the woodworks, boy. It was so many people that tried. They went to y'all. If they ain't make it with y'all, they came to us. You know what I'm
Exactly.
saying? They ain't
Exactly.
make it with
It was
us.
the two
They
groups that you would want to be in though at them
Yep.
times.
So
But
they
one
was
thing I
dropping.
would say is I wish that the old school groups like the Wolfpack Tunnels and all them would have scooped some of them up too. So that way everybody got some type of different type of competition. You know what I'm saying? Not everybody looking like Terra Squad. I'd rather it be like everybody had their own individuality, you know what I'm saying? Or figure out, you know, something different, not just try to do and mimic what any of their favorite people do, you know?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was like I said, it was fun, man. It was fun just to, you know what I mean, just to know that you was in a group and your name was being called either on a track, you know what I'm saying, through other dances. And then uh this is pre like social media. So there was no, it was like word of mouth. You know what I'm saying? Like word of mouth. Like, oh yeah, you saw Stevo. Stevo went crazy last night. If you wasn't there, you just missed it. Like it was like, damn, like, you know what I'm saying? So
Yeah,
yeah, we gotta go to the
that's
next
true.
party. It was just word of mouth. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that
So
was true.
if you was known off word of mouth, yo, like you was the man. Like, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like, you was the
So
man.
we definitely went through that becoming a household name type of thing, like where we go somewhere, somebody already know us and stuff like that because of the word of mouth traveling. And then for me, um, the only thing I noticed with the new generation was the people that call me senseis and all of this stuff that they be calling me. Rashad looked at me, was like, "What's up, sensei?" Like I'm thinking he trying to be a smart ass, you know what I'm saying? But people was calling me that type of stuff, and they also did the word of mouth, but the difference was they didn't actually see me in the circles. They didn't see me in those circles. They just heard word of mouth versus back then, you know, back then they actually seen me. So it wasn't just word of mouth, it was word of mouth like, damn, you should have seen him. He was in the party going crazy versus somebody just telling you, yeah, you should, you know. And
Right.
yeah, it's that's what the new generation though. They want to know, but they can't because they wasn't there, you know.
Mm-hmm. So
So
do you like the direction that Chicago footwork is going now?
I ain't gonna lie. I always say no, but that's just me being honest. Like, nah, I ain't really caring about that because it don't give me that like that fire that I used to have because it's like I gotta sit back now and just wait until you do something that make me want to jump out there and do that. We just had too much. We had everybody had a lot to prove, I think, back then, and it just ain't the same. It don't feel like the same thing to me. I've talked to numerous of people, so I know I ain't tripping. Like I've talked to Solo. He was like, that's why he even left the scene because it wasn't the same. Like Clint had stopped doing his thing for a while, said footwork was dead. Now he back on. You know, we never really left. It just was never this. It hasn't been the same. You know what I'm saying?
But with that being said, I just feel like it's not going to be the same. It's errors. You know what I'm saying? It's all errors. You know what I mean? You had you had you had Michael Jordan when he was playing. You had his era. That was his era. You know what I'm
But he
saying?
did come back though.
He can't, but no, let's check me out. So it's like, okay, Michael Jordan had his era, right? Michael Jordan, Magic Johnson, all these they had their era. So back then, the rules and regulations in the NBA was totally different. You know what I'm saying? Now it's not the same. It's not the same rules and regulations. You know what I'm saying? The players are getting paid more. You know what I'm saying? Than than the legendary players. You know what I'm saying? So it's not the same. You know what I'm saying? So that's how it is in the culture now. Like, yeah, it can't be this. If it was still the same, I feel like it wouldn't it wouldn't go to where it's going now. Like if we would have
But
just
look,
kept that shit.
even what Clint just said, when Jordan quit, he stopped watching basketball. That's what a lot of people did when footworking went to a different way after it went dead for that long. There was nobody else doing it, but y'all had just started. Y'all click creation, and then so did Havoc. So it was like most of them parties now, while it's dead, it's us three battling each other. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't the whole atmosphere because we used to be like begging Charles to come to the city. Come on, come on. I know I heard you say he was always out there, but I ain't never. Every time I asked him, come out here to one of these parties, he wouldn't. And then when he did, he did do it a few times. He been to House Kids, been 111, but it wasn't all the time. He would always say, come to Markham, you know what I'm saying? Because he knew he was running that, you know what I'm saying? Like, we come to there, this is your home territory.
No,
but like Clint said though, like with the Jordan, he stopped watching basketball. And a lot of people stopped watching or caring about footwork. And so
but that's what I'm saying. Like, that's basically what I'm saying. It was that era. If you're born in, that's just like if me and you was young. If we was young right now, if we was 12, 13 years old right now, you know what I'm saying? We will be looking up to LeBron James. We won't be looking up to Michael Jordan because we never saw him play. So that's what I'm saying.
You got to be able to see that though, and people gotta be though. People can, but you can't see the old school. You can't see
the old school.
Knicks. You can't see Knicks. Unless you was there. Yeah.
Exactly. So you can't relive that. You know what I'm saying? Like, we was younger. You know what I mean? So with them, it's their time now. You know what I'm saying? That's just like the people before us. Because they think the same way. The people that was before us. I mean,
no, they don't though. The people before us don't think that. They actually be respecting us because they actually see what we doing. We actually know about them. We know our history and stuff like that. They don't feel that way. They actually feel that way about the people that never seen it and just jump out there and start doing it without even. It's not about learning your history through this. It's more about learning your history through actually going through
living the culture.
Yeah, thank you.
Let me speak on that, Boo Dilla. So what it really is, bro, and I'm wanting to really speak on this because this is how I still feel, right? All right, so it's not really about who doing this, who doing that. It's really about the scene literally did die when motherfuckers started throwing parties and wasn't having enough security. When the whole juke party scene ended, that's when all of us kind of looked at it like, man, this is bullshit. Because the only thing was left was Markham. And at the time, we like, man, I'm not going to no fucking Markham.
Exactly.
You see what I'm saying? That's what it really was.
Exactly. That's what I said. Charles would be like, come to Markham. We're like, we ain't going to Markham. We've been it's busting in there. But then when that went away, we had to come back toward the burbs and stuff and come to them parties because there wasn't nothing else busting no more. The DJs, everybody, the whole scene kind of just disappeared. You know what I'm saying? And to go off that, part of my history when I fell off the scene and came back was because of that too. I disappeared off the scene on the footwork because it was dead. And it was like, that's kind of like, it wasn't fun no more. It wasn't nobody to battle no more. I don't feel like battling the same old people. I wanted to battle certain people that I never got a chance to, such as Bernardo or whatever, you know what I'm saying? Or even, but so I end up becoming more of a fan of the music still. Like, I always like the tracks and stuff. So I started becoming a real guru, like trying to learn the processes of what they doing. I wasn't even trying to make them. I was just a fan of listening to them, and I had the ear for it. I knew what I would do if I danced to it. Like, I just wanted to understand that process. So a lot of years I end up spending just being a track junkie. You know what I'm saying? Not being in the crib, but actually sitting there while they making tracks and stuff, from Clint crib to Spin crib to Rashad crib, and just be sitting there while they making tracks. Wake up, fall asleep, and they still working on them. Things they did for the Bud, things they did for other groups, you know what I'm saying? Understanding them processes and stuff. So that kind of gave me even more of a different outlook on footwork because I didn't do nothing but listen to tracks after a while for like a few years. I didn't even want it footwork because it had changed.
No, but no, I like I said, I understand where y'all coming from, but I just feel a different way when it comes down to generations and how things are going right now. You know what I'm saying? Like, it takes other individuals to step up and start creating, you know what I'm saying? Like AG is still doing his, his footwork events, you know what I'm saying? And he doing his events and people still not even coming. So that's not an excuse. That's what I'm saying. It's not an excuse. A lot of people they have events or they have places to go, but people really don't go to them no more because they feel, you know what I mean? It's just personal issues. There's a lot of personal issues that's going on. And it's not even about the culture. It's more so what's going on with them. You know what I'm saying? Everybody got responsibilities. Everybody is not, back then people was going to these parties and not getting paid or nothing. You know what I'm saying?
It was for the love.
The only person that was probably getting paid was the DJ.
It was for the love.
And we were for the love. Right. That's what I'm saying. So now everybody
that's not even 100% true. That's not even 100% true, bro.
How come it's not? I'm talking about dancers. I'm talking about dancers.
No, I'm talking about you said the DJs was getting, the only people was getting paid was the DJs, and I'm telling you that's not all together true
okay.
Because a lot of them parties we did because we love the music and love the dance and love the culture.
Oh, okay, got you. Yeah, I was referring more so to the dancers. You know what I'm saying? I ain't know how to, you know what I'm saying, how that DJ stuff went. You know, I used to always thought that, you know, y'all was getting paid to go to those.
Man, we'd be happy just to carry their crates in.
So right, and that was for us. You know what I'm saying? We was happy to get in for free. You know what I'm saying? Like that was.
But this what you're not understanding. Like, the stuff that he talking about is when I first started coming on scene, noticing as well. Like, they wasn't just making those tracks for no reason. They was testing out their stuff just like we out there testing out our works, you know what I'm saying? And as you couldn't get in their way. They made sure that they could see that stuff. If you was in the way, hey, I ain't gonna play these tracks until y'all move, open that up. Exactly. That came because they was fans of what we was doing. We was fans of what they was doing. You know what I'm saying? It was hand in hand stuff. So of course they gonna come in there and do stuff for like little to nothing. You know what I'm saying? That's what I don't get. So when you talk about the new culture, I had these conversations with the DJs now that do it. They be whining, bitching about stuff about the footwork, or they just might say, I'm just gonna go straight to just put something out there. I'm not even gonna worry about what the footwork is thinking. I'm just gonna put it out there for sale. You know what I'm saying? Right. And that's because they don't interact the same way that the previous ones did, the original people did, like me, or they don't do those type of things. They don't go like that. They don't go, like I said, I didn't know nobody. So it's no different than them. You know what I'm saying? I didn't know nobody. I came on the scene. I ended up getting my buzz, but I was active. You know, I lived eating that shit. You know what I'm saying? The CDs, the music, I learned everything that I could learn, not just on the dancing, but on their side too. On that side too. It's a hand-in-hand thing. You can't just do this and not even mess with the DJs or vice versa. Exactly. Can't be a DJ and don't mess with the dancers, you know. Exactly. A lot of that happens right now. It's not just egos, it's just people don't interact in ways. You know what I'm saying?
Right. So let's get into these questions. I'm gonna kick it off Facebook. Sure. With the Facebook Live, we got one from Sean, representing TS. What's your top favorite go-to track? I mean, your 3 top favorite go-to tracks.
Sean asked that, so ask him. he gotta kind of clarify that a little bit, because I mean, I got a gang of tracks that I go to and they don't play them. You know what I'm saying? My go-to, if I hear it though, like, I would think more like maybe it's stuff that I would probably hear in a party, because a lot of stuff is like underground, you never hear type stuff.
So we gonna go with the stuff that you hear in the party, just 3 tracks.
Yeah, and I gotta think now. I don't be knowing the names of the tracks, honestly.
You're right.
I can't even tell you that. I can't tell you. Tell him I got him though. I'll play it for him whenever I talk to him. I talk to him all the time. I got you.
Me and you both. I know a couple of titles, but I
don't know the names all the time. So tell him I got him though. I tell him when I talk to him.
Yeah. Okay. So he said he got another question. If you could create another branch of TS, what would the name be and why?
All right. Well, I mean, technically, we got another branch of TSFC, Terra Squad Footwear Company. And the reason why is the same reason why it would be called anything else, is because we need to continue our legacy, and that was our main thing when we got Lightbulb and all of them in the group. You know what I'm saying? So TSFC is already there. You know what I'm saying? It's stamped.
All right. So we got one from Cooley. What's up, bro? Can you speak on
Somebody said, how can I join TS?
He said, can you speak on relearning footwork all over again? And he owe you a session in
MK11. I seen him.
MK11.
Yeah,
So
he said I said I was gonna whoop him, right?
yeah.
So on relearning footwork again. So I never really said I relearned footwork. I just said I fell off the scene for a while. I didn't really forget what I was doing. It's like riding a bike, you know what I'm saying? But when you break yourself down and start over, I did do that with but I didn't even talk about that. I did that with when I started laughing with different people like Eli or Ant and things like that. I had to break my own style down to like nothing, you know, like start from scratch type of thing and then lab all over again, you know what I'm saying, a different way than I'm used to. So I mean, it's really nothing if you really want to do it, you know. So speaking on relearning it, just if you gonna take it serious, take it all the way serious. Don't cheat. Don't cheat it. Don't cheat. You know what I'm saying? Really take it serious. I would say that because it's gonna stand out. You're gonna still take some L's while you're doing that if you want to jump out there, or you're gonna wait until you got it, one or the other. But either way, even when you think you got it, you might not. You know what I'm saying? You won't know until you do it.
All right, we got Pooh dumb, man.
They bet you
He said, do you know how to moonwalk?
Oh, Pooh said that?
Yeah.
Nah, I know Pooh, he funny.
He dumb, man.
Pooh must be watching the Joker or something.
Oh my God, dog. We got another one from Sean. He said, what's the most complicated move you feel you created?
I don't necessarily name no moves. I'll say that most people do say it's complicated to learn from me though. I think Clint talking about his mic muted. But no, I think it's called kick Clint in the shin. So when anytime Clint around, you gotta
Hey,
Hey man, I wasn't even saying nothing, bro. I was just watching. I was supporting by watching my guy.
oh
But I'm
my
gonna say this
God.
though. Every time that Mark get in the circle and I'm standing there, he always kick me in the fucking shit. Every time, it never fails. Every time he come to the circle, I gotta walk and step behind somebody to watch.
Oh my God, man. Hey, those circles be getting real. Those circles be getting real, man.
Good times, good times.
Yeah. All right. So we got a question. Who's this?
Max.
Max. What advice do you have for the youth wanting to dance but never have before?
Oh man. I would say if you can get in tune with somebody who's like official that been doing it, that you know been doing it, because like I'm one of them type of people, like they'll be like, Stevo, don't teach this person, and I go teach them anyway. So you can reach out to me, and then I talk to somebody, and they be like, "Yeah, no, don't do that," and I'll still probably do it. Just reach out to somebody that's official that actually be worth getting taught by. Because he say wanted to dance never have before. To further on that, it'd be like, I mean, just know that everybody was weak at some point, you know. Yeah, so just stick with it. If you really want to be that, you'll surprise yourself. Yeah, for sure.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Let's give me your top 10 new generation footworkers right now.
Honestly, I don't even know nobody names like that. I've been coming around the parties, bro, but I don't know nobody names. I can't even tell you that. I can't even answer that.
Oh man, this
yeah, I'm bad, man. I barely.
He's the ninja assassin, man. That's how
like
Stevo moves.
I'm a ghost, bro. I don't really like when I see things on Facebook. It be like a week later and stuff. I'll be late as ever. Like I don't know.
Hey, you do be late though. Oh, Anthony, you do be late.
Then I tell you, I'm like, when you inbox me, I'm like, I don't even. So when you get to that part to ask for my handles, I don't be on that stuff like that.
Exactly. Exactly. We got
I don't know.
Another question from Irina. you were talking about not returning to dance, if I understood correctly, but it will be for one thing that you'll return for. What would that be?
Well, I'll return to battle just based on if you talk crazy to me, just talk enough shit to me, and I and I'll be on that the next time I see you.
Well, next time.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. You'll get my attention. I mean, most people know how to rub elbows on me and say stupid, crazy stuff that
Hey,
man.
you still hey, shut up. Food dumb as hell, man. Go, man.
I don't even see nothing Pooh saying. He must be talking on Facebook. I got you.
No, it's on Zoom. The messenger. It said, "How can I dance with the bulls?" This dude dumb, man. Dumb as hell. We got another one from Sean. Always say, Stevo, stay in the pocket. If he don't know you, he won't know you.
What was that? That was a question or a statement?
That was a statement, I guess.
No, that's not true. So
Yeah.
that's what people think automatically. Sean, no, I didn't been in the car with him. I didn't. A lot of people that actually for work, they reach out to me low key, and then I end up connecting with them, and they be surprised. You know what I'm saying? They actually gonna do it. That's what I'm saying. Like I've been around a lot of the people and stuff like Sean. I've been practicing. I practice with a lot of people. You know what I'm saying? I just don't have. Oh, he want top 5 producers. Now that I could probably say. I could probably because like I said, I did go to straight to like music for a little while. And then even when I'm not dancing, that's what I still listen to. So but yeah, no, I hang with anybody and for the most part, as long as they ain't weird or nothing like that. Yeah, I teach them, you know. But top 5 producers, um, I've I'm not even saying the order or nothing, but I know I wouldn't have started if I didn't hear Clint and Get Man. Like some of their stuff I was hearing, that was just normal to me. Even though you was hearing like other DJs like Chip PJ and all that stuff. I like PJ too, but I'm gonna just go with Clint because he well rounded with all of them. You know what I'm saying? He got the whole low end embodied in one person. Clint, I used to like Magic Mike a lot back then. But I'm gonna go with Rashad, of course. 5. I always say I like Manny. That's 3. I like Phil. That's 4. And 5. I don't know. I just heard some. I don't know if it's old or not. Some raw ass DJ Diamond. Solo, my homie. That's one of my dudes. I think he official with it. But he just now getting back into it, so I'm not even gonna count him. Who will be my last person then? Dang, it ain't a lot of free agents no more either. RP Boo, duh, shit, RP. That's one of my. If you turn on some RP, it don't matter damn near what track it is. I can fuck around and do something to it.
Right. Hey, I've got a question.
Ain't about the free agents no more, huh?
I got
Some people on their way to be, but that's another story.
I got a question I've been wanting to ask you for the longest. Hey, is Lupe your student?
He not. I mean, it's a lot of people that they compare to me, and Lupe definitely was one of them. Now, Lupe straight Taliban. Though I did used to go to Taliban practice a lot, especially before they even started. I used to be there with Pooh and Reggie, more like Darian and Reggie though. Would be teaching them and shit, and before they were started, and then I gave them the name. Off, me and Manny agree with that, and Darian, and then Lupe been one of Manny's students from day one. So no, he's not. He's not ever been my student. Never.
Y'all dance, boy, dance alike, boy.
Yeah, well, I know Manny wanted them to know who I was. When I came around, I don't think a lot of them knew who I was, like Jalen and them. He was telling me, like, hey, show them that. Well, Manny been around me since 12, since we first started Terra Squad. He used to be around. So, I mean, Manny knew was real. I knew Manny, but when he first started DJing, like, I mean, so I watched him grow on footwork and on tracks,
Right.
So now that's one of his peoples though. Him and Lil Chris peoples, or him and Jalen. I don't know who was running what, or Curtis.
We got one more. What inspires your creativity?
I ain't gonna lie. I think I gotta keep like something in my. I keep something that always make me always love footwork in my back pocket. That way, if I decide to do it, I don't have to worry about getting inspired because I'm already there on the creativity level. Like I just like all of the stuff I was talking about from the day one when me starting, all of that stuff inspires me. You know what I'm saying? To do stuff. I don't depend on somebody to bring it out of me. Like it is like why should I battle you type of thing, if anything. But I don't depend on nobody to bring that inspiration out of me though. You know what I'm saying? I actually already got it. You know what I'm saying? Creativity died, you know what I'm saying, a long time ago. Look at Pooh.
It really did, man.
Yeah, creativity had died a little while ago. I think it came back with all of the different things that's going on. Probably since when I first seen y'all on big screen doing that stuff with Lady Soul and stuff like that. So that was all of those different things that I've been seeing that's creative, you know. But for me, it's just what I started as, you know what I'm saying? The people I'm around, I'm still around for the most part, you know what I'm saying? 10-year plus. That all of them inspire me, you know, all of that. Even that you still on the scene 10 years later, plus later, that inspires me. Those type of people, that type of things, those people that share them same ideas, all of that inspire me because we all come from the same thing.
Exactly. Exactly. Uh, so yeah, is there anything that you would like to like promote?
Somebody asked what's my hardest battles.
Oh yeah. Pooh, my bad. Yeah, what's your hardest battle? This is the last question.
Somebody said, okay. Um, what was your hardest battles? Man, I had to say any battles that I was having with Wolfpack, period.
Uh,
Cause they some asses, man. They do some asshole moves, man. They catch you when you lacking, you know. They catch you when you're tired, whatever. They ain't gotta do that though. They can just talk stuff to you and kick it off, and you ain't really thinking about dancing. You don't want to mess up your shoes. You know what I'm saying? I'll say battles with Wolfpack though.
that was a good fact. Uh, is there anything that you want to promote? You got, you know what I'm saying, going on or any events?
Well, you know, Mad Dog from y'all, he just got that grant and he doing some good things, you know what I'm saying? So he do some pop-up shops and we're gonna do some business with him. So I'll say when he posts the pop-up shops coming to that, it'll be some things that we probably put up there like some clothing items and things like that. For sure. Other than that, no, I'm a ghost. I ain't got to promote nothing. I'd rather be left alone, stay over here in my back cave where I'm at right now. And the people that know me, that if you want to talk to me, just inbox me. Facebook, inbox me. I'm pretty sure we'll connect because I definitely connect with a lot of your members. I seen them, man, talking about all the stuff you're talking about, man.
Oh, dog. Uh, Also, give them your social media handles for the people overseas, and you know what I'm saying, that want to ask you some questions.
Yeah, for sure. So Facebook probably be your best bet. Stevo, STE, not the way it's spelled on here, STEVEO. Steve Moody, because they made me put my government out there. So Stevo, Steve Moody, Moody. You'll find me there. If you try to reach me on Instagram, I think it's in the link. You can use that too. I'll probably see it late as ever though, because I don't be on there. And that's basically it. I don't really be on social media all the time, but Messenger be the best way if you want to message me.
Right, because on IG is, what is it, baby come on or something like that?
It is, but it's spelled a different way. So I think it's BAYBEE,
Right.
BCOMEON. Baby come on, spelled that way. And that's my Instagram. It should be in the link on the actual yeah. So if you want to reach out to me there, if that's what you use, then you can do that. I'll get to you when I see it. Yeah, for sure. But like if y'all about to end it, I want to just shout out a lot of the reason why I even do what I do is because of the people that's been doing it before me. I don't even know why I'm talking about this, because they the ones that you need to talk to. Y'all to talk to. Shit, we put our little foot in it, but like Clinton watched a lot of people that was cold. He'll tell you, you know what I'm saying? We did get to be mentioned, but I still look up to them type of people, you know what I'm saying? Those are the type of people that actually inspired me. Like, they don't continue to inspire me right now because I have my own thing, but they the people that reason why I even do what I was doing in the first place, to make me even want to do that. And then it's not just dudes, it's females too, like Angelique and all them too.
Fact. That's big facts right there for real. Is you know back then it was a lot of powerhouses back then, boy. Oh my God, a lot of creators, man, a lot of creators. Uh, but no, but I really want to say, you know what I'm saying, I appreciate you, man, for finally, you know what I'm saying, taking the time out, because we've been like wanting you on a, you know what I'm saying, wanting you on an episode like bad. A lot of people wanted to, you know what I'm saying, uh know your side of the story, you know what I'm saying. We had AG, we had Tristan, and we was only missing you, you know what I'm saying? So, you know what I mean, you know,
Yeah,
we
so you could just watch all three of them, and then you could
exactly
get a
put them
little
together.
idea, I guess.
Exactly. Put them all together, man.
Oh, you
Fact.
gonna have to watch the other people too that was around.
Big facts, big facts.
Anybody that mentioned us, go back to them, watch them, then you can watch us too.
And
What you
like I
saying, Clint? Clint saying something. Your thing muted. Oh, okay, never mind. He said
also, so on that note, go to the YouTube channel, behind the name YouTube channel.
yeah, throw
Go
that.
like, comment. You know what I mean? Go watch the old episodes. Everything gets uploaded every week. New episodes. So and they're not in order. So you know what I'm saying. Don't expect like, oh, you know what I'm saying, I want to see Stevo, his episode might not pop up until like two weeks later or something like that. So it's randomly selected, you know what I'm saying. So just go and go watch, you know what I'm saying? Especially for our new generation, man. Y'all need to learn the history, man, not just the dance steps. Y'all need to literally learn the history. So y'all need to go back and watch those episodes. Um, so we want to turn it over to Crossfire. You got some announcements for me, brother?
So J Ron really ain't gonna pop up, huh?
He has something real serious right now.
Yeah, I know. It's crazy. All
Yeah.
right.
Yeah, man. Hopefully Jerron handles the situation well, man. Peace to the brother. Real quick, we got a couple events coming up. We got the Joker and DJ Clint with Juke and Footwork, back at the Elk Lodge once again on 51st and Calumet. So it'll be on February 4th. It'll start at 10 p.m. So be on the lookout. So set the date February 4th. So it's gonna be busting there. Also, Styles and Prophecy done start a new event called The Cave. So those who missed the first one, you could check it when it's posted on Facebook or YouTube or whatever. It's going to be posted on whatever social media there is. But the next Cave event will be January 29th, I believe, for what I was told. So that'll be the next one. Location will be in Dalton, but I cannot give out the address unless you confirm that you're coming. So hit up Styles or AC or whoever for that event. So that's what's happening. Oh yeah, the Terra Dome coming real soon. I think I forgot the date, but I know it's coming real soon. So it's a couple things going on. BG's, I guess whenever it's open. So I don't know what's up with that. Weezy got the keys to that, so I guess it's based on whoever's trying to go, he'll open the door. So
is AG having anything?
Oh yeah, he having a kickback. It's on
Right.
January 29th, but it's on the same day as the Cave event. So 2 events, so it's like either or. So something to do for the whole city, man. If y'all want, come support AG. Then after that, come support Styles or support one another. Don't matter, It's all love at the end of the day. That's all I got so far, sir, man.
Facts. So let's support these events that's coming up. I know I can't wait till they come up because I will be in attendance at those events. So let's spread. If you got any questions, you know what I mean, feel free to hit Stevo up. You know what I'm saying? Ask him what you need to ask him. Clint, you got something? You got something, Clint?
Yep, I got something. The Beat Down Picnic is coming. We haven't set the date yet. Also, while we got everybody on this live right now and on Facebook or whatever, what I'm trying to do, or what I would like to do, is throw one big festival. Like everybody do their own individual picnics like we've been doing, and then we come together and throw one huge one. But that's I need if anybody is a part of a group or a part of a DJ coalition or whatever it, your dance group or DJ coalition, feel free to inbox me and we'll go over everything.
Gotcha. Yeah, we most definitely need that. That'd be dope too.
Do we already got a venue in mind? Because that sounds like we need a big parking lot.
Yeah, I got a dope venue in mind already.
Yeah, we most definitely need a big.
I already got something. We already talked about it. Me and Hot and Keith. Hot and Keith been talking about it since last year, since the TS picnic. So we were talking about trying to get the on 167 where they be throwing them concerts at.
Right, I know exactly.
Oh yeah.
Oh hell yeah.
We talking about getting that. I didn't want to put it out there, but y'all just drug it out of me. So.
No, we need to work towards that. Especially you need to start on that right now. Yep, I got you. So whenever you want to, lock in like a sit down with, what I'm saying, with everybody and we can do it, I'm with it.
Okay. All right, I'll start working on that.
Yep, bet. Anybody else got anything they want to blast? I know I saw my brother Hot. I think he probably logged out.
I forgot. Shout out my boy J Rock from Wolfpack. He's teaching the class, so be sure to tune in on that as well too. See if
boy J Rock.
Yeah. J Rock from the Pack, man. He doing the class, so getting tuned with that.
Pooh, your son tried out creation and made it already.
You gotta. Who is your son that tried out?
Hey, he did though. I told him, I dropped him off over there. I left him there. He made practice.
Don't do that.
Hey,
you were asking how you could get a C-Bob. Your son already made it.
Hey, you know what? Leave me out of this. I'm gonna mute my mic.
Hey,
so he gonna see that's what I mean. See what I'm saying? Go back and look at the comments.
Bringing me into another world.
Look, go look at the comments. That's the type of stuff I'm talking about. So somebody did mention where we used to do this at a lot. It was called 4t.com. Man, that's where you will see somebody in there talking so crazy about you, your group, or something, and they'll do it anonymously, and you wouldn't know who did that.
Who it was, yeah.
They'll piss you off so bad because they talking crazy. And you know what? I went to it, and all of that stuff is still there. Like, it's still there. Yeah.
I'm gonna have to go to it. Oh, and now you're gonna make me go to. I'm gonna have to
you gotta go. Not the regular 4T one that Thaz had made. The one that Terra Squad made. The Terra Squad. We made one too.
Yeah, it's the Terra Squad one is still there. The beatdown4t.com.
And the beatdown one. Wow. Yeah, and you can see how we used to interact and talk crazy each other on there.
That was so legendary. I got a most definitely
in the chat rooms.
Hey Phil, you got something?
Nothing, sir. Nothing yet.
Nothing? You sure?
Nothing.
Not at all, sir.
Not a goddamn thing.
Yeah.
I mean, if you really want to say, if you want to talk about it, I mean, I guess some tracks that'll be coming out that's undisclosed though.
Oh, you want to go on you? I thought you had something. That's all I was asking. Did you have something?
Is it them tracks? Is it those tracks, Phil?
Yeah, it's the trash man tracks. Yeah.
It's trash and rolls and all of that tracks. I know what you're talking about, sir.
Yeah,
but I thought you had a question maybe for me. That's all I was asking.
Wait.
Tisk.
Huh?
Tisk. Shame on you.
Okay. What you say, Pooh?
I just want him to repeat it.
You want me to repeat what?
What track you got?
I already said it. Shit, oh, them joints will be dropping soon. The trash and man will be dropping the trash soon. Yeah,
I'm gonna
it
need
is
that
what it is.
ready for the Bulls, man.
You
What
so
are you
dumb. Hey,
talking
go.
about,
Hey,
Oh my
who track was
God.
that y'all danced off of though?
What
Huh?
track?
Which one?
The track that they danced on the Bulls.
The percolator one, I think that's rocks, ain't it?
You talking about the end one?
I thought he been
Yeah.
asking me the whole time.
No, I don't know what. I think it was remade or something. That I mean, not remade, but
It was a percolator though, but it was
blended with something else. Yeah, it wasn't the original one. Not the
Right,
the
somebody
one
made-
in the beginning was the beginning part that was the original one, but the one on the back end was it was something else.
I know. I was just trying to see who made it. That's all.
Yeah, it had something else in it, but I'm not for sure.
Well,
But shout out to hey, all bullshit aside though. Shout out to you and Benny the Bull doing y'all solo.
Y'all dumb. Shut up, man. Get off of us. I'm about to end the show, man. Hey,
Like this Boo Dilla there, I'm like, who is the tallest motherfucker dancing?
oh my God.
and
That
who
was
was the
Benny the
shortest
Bull.
mug dancing?
Y'all stupid. All right, but
They had a whole battle session with Benny the Bull.
stupid. Let us wrap the show
Shout
up.
out to y'all though. Good shit though for that. For real, for real.
Oh, thanks, man.
No problem.
Yeah, so next week, same time, we'll have we got an announcement too for next week too.
I got an announcement myself.
What's
So
that?
how the hell am I number 75 on this? Damn, I looked through all the people that you did these shows with. You just now getting to me. Like, there was no point.
Hey,
You talk to everybody you need to talk to.
hey,
The hell you want me on this show for?
we've been left you a message, my brother.
Man,
Not
please.
getting back to
I'm trying
us.
hear that shit.
You just not getting back to us, dog. Oh my God. But yeah, shout out to everybody that joined us tonight. You know what I'm saying? We will see y'all next week, same time, same airways. It's your boy Boo Dilla, and we out of here. Peace.